Hello everyone, I'm Rhoda and this is Rhoda Cards. Welcome to my next tutorial on my quick and easy designs for card making. This is the card that we're going to be making today. Quick and simple, easy design. Super easy. So if you're a beginner to card maker, this would be easy for you to do. Or if you're a very advanced card maker and you're just looking for something quick and easy and pretty to do, this would be great for you as well. Let me show you what we're going to need to get started. These are the cardstock pieces that you're going to need. This is the base that I'm going to use, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. You can score it in the middle and then fold it at 4 1/4, or just fold it like I do. The next piece of cardstock you're going to need is a contrasting piece. I'm using black, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. A piece of white cardstock, which is 5 by 3 3/4, and a small piece, just a strip, and this is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And you're going to need some kind of flower. Now this is what started this particular card, was I got these flowers, and I saw the flowers and I had this idea in my head, so I went and pulled out some cardstock to match this flower, and that's why I went with the colors that I went with, because I thought this cardstock matched the flowers. So first we'll start with the base, and I'm going to go ahead and just fold it. Again, you can score this at 4 1/4 if you want to. Me, I just take it, I fold it over, grab my bone folder, and just give it a crease. The next piece is my black cardstock, and then this white piece of cardstock. The white piece is 5 by 3 3/4. Now I took this white piece and I ran it through the embossing machine. You can use a Cuttlebug, you could use a Big Shot, you could use any of the die cutting machines. I have a little Texture Boutique, which is just for embossing folders, and I run this through a swirly embossing folder. This is called dry embossing. I'm not going to show you how to do the dry embossing on today's video. I went ahead and ran it through beforehand. But I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to stick it down on this black piece of cardstock. And basically all we're doing in today's video is just matting. There's a lot of matting on this card. There's no stamping. I didn't do any stamping, which is odd because I love to do stamping. But I'm just doing some matting today. Now I put adhesive on all 4 sides of this piece of cardstock because when you run the cardstock through with the embossing folder, it will warp the paper a little bit. So I always glue down all 4 sides, and that helps keep it a little bit more flat and it won't look as warped. Then I'm going to take this little piece here, and I put my flower on it so I could judge where I wanted to put this piece, because I didn't want the flower to overlap the white piece down here. I wanted it towards the bottom, but I wanted the center of the flower right in the center of this piece of cardstock, but I didn't want it to overlap that white piece there at the bottom. So that's how I did that. I just add some adhesive on this. I'm going to line it up with my flower. Again, make sure that it doesn't overlap the white at the bottom. And just put that down. And then I'm going to stick this on the base. Again, another quick and simple design for a card that I thought was really pretty. I'll just stick this right down on the base here. And then I'm going to add this flower. Now I'm using some glue dots to put the flower on. Since this is kind of felt, it's like felt, so I'm going to use the glue dot. You just take the flower, put it right on the glue dot, and then on the back I grab the glue dot with my finger. If I don't grab the glue dot, it will pull part of the felt off of the flower, so that's why I grab the actual edge of the glue dot with my finger. And then I just kind of lined the flower up with the edge of the cardstock and made sure the center of the flower was on that little strip of cardstock there. And then I'm going to use these little dots. These are black and white dots from Close to My Heart, and I wanted to use the black one to match the black in the card. So I just peel one of these off. There's adhesive on the back of these dots, so I just peel it off and stick it right in the center of the flower. And that is the card. How quick and easy is that? In less than 10 minutes. Look at that. So that's the card that kind of started this, but then I had some other ideas of making other cards with the same design. So here's one with the moose, and this has a different embossing folder on the back, and it's the same design. I'm just using a moose instead of a flower. And here's another one with a flower. I thought this one was super pretty. You can change this design up and use different color bases, or you can use a white base like I did in this card, and then use a different color cardstock to emboss and use a white flower. So like this one has a different color base that matches the flower with white cardstock embossed, and then this one's white with a white flower. And then the pink is embossed. So here's 3 different cards that I used the same design and just made 3 different ways. So you can take this and change it up however you'd like, add different things. You could add a sentiment to it. Here you could emboss in white embossing powder and put, with heat embossing, you could put a sentiment here or add a sentiment anywhere on the front. I wanted to leave these blank so they could be used for whatever you want to use them for in the future. You could add, get well or birthday or thinking of you or whatever. That's why I left it blank. But you could make these cards for just about anything. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That'd be great. And you can always subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button and click the bell if you want to be notified of any new videos and see them when they come out. I have more that I will be putting out with my super easy and quick designs, as well as some other videos coming with fancy folds and other ideas that I have. And I thank you so much for joining me today and taking a look at the video. I hope this gives you some ideas and some inspiration, and I hope it encourages you to get those embossing folders out and give it a try. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.